Friends, welcome to my video. In this video, I'll show you how to check a palindrome word in your iOS app. So let's begin. We'll create a very simple app. For this, probably we will name it as palindrome app. You can name it anything. Click next. Let the and of course create. Let the environment load up. And when it loads, first and foremost, we will try to do it or try to create our storyboard. And in a storyboard, probably what we will do is we will take a button which will trigger um, or which will initiate a method, a function in our code. And as a label, we will take the we'll print the output over here, and probably the text field we will use to take the input, the word for as an input. And that's it is what I think. In the label, probably I can make it a bit bigger so that, yeah, we can just accommodate. And also probably I'll make it as a center align to make it look a bit better. And this one probably I'll rename it to say check uh, palindrome. Yes, perfect. Size is a bit small, so we may have to make it a bit bigger so that the complete word comes up. Yes, you can choose any name over here. I'm just trying to make it a little bit fancy, and that's it. So I'll make it a center align. So apart from this, now I'll go to this dual mode where I can visualize the code and my storyboard side by side. And first and foremost, probably what I'll do is I'll create the class variable for the widgets which I have just now entered. So I need the class variable for probably, okay, let me scroll it on the left side. Yeah, perfect. So I'll need class variable for this one, my UI text. So this I can just create by going and, yeah, bring it here. I just pressed control key for my keyboard, and that works. You can name this anything. I'll just probably name it UI text field. So this is the variable from which we will get our input. And also probably I'll create for one class variable for the label where we will display our output. So I'll again name this label. We could have renamed it anything. Say for example, I can rename it to, say for example, a status. Yeah. Okay, so now we can start our main method here. In terms of main method, first we will create an IB action, and IB action function, of course, and then we can give any name to this. So probably I will give is palindrome, and in terms of argument, it will be of course a sender of type UI button. And yeah, that's it. Before I get into the actual logic, I will quickly assign this event to this particular button click. And yeah, so sent event, and I will just click here, so this will get assigned or aligned to this particular button click. That's all. And now we can start our logic. So there are various ways to check palindrome word. I will try to implement one of the simplest way which I know. So probably first I'll create some of the local variables. So I'll just create like the word, what the word we got, the word input. And the word input will be nothing but, of course, it will have type string. So I can make it like type string explicitly, and it will take the input from UI text field, the whatever the text the user has entered. And of course this should be granted. Okay, and then probably I will also, what we'll do is I'll get a length of word length word of word I could have used, but that's fine, I think. And this will of type int, but I think that's fine. I can just directly use the word input dot count. This will give me the actual count. And what else I'll need is probably I need some variable of type boolean, which will keep whether is it palindrome or not. And by initially I'll make it, or by default I'll keep it true that it's a palindrome, and we'll check for the word whether it's a palindrome or not in a loop. So for that I'll create a for loop with I in 0 to less than variable of length, or I think length of word. And yeah, and then we will create we now we have to check it in some kind of if else condition. But before that, to keep it much more simpler and explicit, I'll check the first character from the start, or the initial, the left hand side of the character. You can name this variable again anything. I'm just making it like a first character, and that will be nothing but the word, whatever the word input we got, the word input. And in that, what we can do is we can just take the index of this word input dot index. And then what we can do is, first we will have to give the start index and then the offset by. So a start index could be nothing but the word input dot start index. Yes. And then offset by will be probably I, the whatever the I we have chosen above. And similarly we will do for the second character with which we will be comparing. So I'll just, so for that what I'll do is I'll just copy this and paste it again. So Control C, and yeah, pasting it over here. And I'll just change the name to probably second character. Again, you can use any name, probably you can use the right hand character or whatever, and rest of the things will remain same. It will be of word input and a start index. The only thing is offset will change here. So offset will no more from the start, but it will from the end side. So what we'll do is we'll probably use length of the word, length of the word, and -1 minus IPS. So I think I should not have left this. Yes. And now what we can do is, in if else or if statement, we can quickly check whether these two characters are same or not. And say for example, if we check first character equal to second character, or probably we can say not equal to, rather than checking equal to, we can just directly check whether not equal to. And if that's the case, then set the boolean, whatever the boolean we have defined just above, where of boolean as false. That means it's no more a palindrome, and we can just break the for loop. No point going through the for loop further. And then after the for loop exits, in at the end, what we can do is we can quickly check again whether this boolean, variable boolean, is true or not. If it's true, then this is a palindrome. And what we can do is we can now use the UI label, what we have just now defined above over here. So UI label, and that we can set as the text of that UI label equal to palindrome, of course. But if it's not true, which is like else, what we can do is we can just set this UI label as false or not palindrome. You can choose whatever you want to write over here, but the message is clear that this, if it comes to the else part, it's not palindrome. So that's it. I think over here, instead of using 0, I think I by mistake used O, so I should change it to 0. Yeah, so that was the error I was getting. And now I will simulate it in the simulator. Still I think I have some problem. Let me check. Cannot force unwrap. Okay, so if I see over here, it's giving cannot force unwrap. Oh, of course, I think I again did another mistake. I should have given some space, because this exclamation marks will make it otherwise the forced unwrap. Okay, so now I think this code should be fine, and I will try to simulate it in the simulator. And yeah, there are few warnings. I think that's basically are asking me to change it to let, but I think that's fine for the time being. And I'll wait for the simulator to come up. So I'm pausing the recording for the time being until the simulator comes up. Oh, but I think it came up, so it was pretty quick, but it is still taking some time to load. So I'll just pause the video for the time being. Perfect. So it seems like simulator has come up, and yeah, so this is the layout which we designed. So quickly we can check whether for a few words whether it's a palindrome or not. Say for example, I know few words. Say for example level, because it's a palindrome. And if I check, yeah, Perfect. It shows as palindrome. If I just add few random letters at the end, it should have been not palindrome, and that's what it shows. Say for example, I can take another simple example, probably 5555, 4 times 5, and that should have been palindrome. Probably I know another word is car, so this is also a palindrome word is what I know. Of course there shouldn't be any space. If you give another like something like race something, okay, it shouldn't be a palindrome, and that's what I'm expecting. Perfect. Okay, so I think more or less code works and looks good. One thing which I would like to say over here is in this for loop, instead of checking it till length, what we could have also done is we could have checked only till half of the length. No point iterating throughout the length, because say for example if it's race car, it's sufficient enough to traverse or to check till e half of that word and not with the complete, because we will be anyway comparing the first letter with the last letter, and that's how it will work. So we can quickly check this part as well, whether after making it, half it works or not. So I have started build again. Let's hope it, yeah, build is succeeded. So I think our app will come up in the emulator or simulator anytime. So let's wait. Perfect. So I think our app is getting loaded up. Yes, so app has come up. So I'll just again check for probably first just few T's. I think I'm expecting it to say as palindrome, and race car, it should have been palindrome, yes, and then again making something, adding just a at the end, and it changes to not palindrome. Perfect. I think I'll end this video by checking for level once again, and that shows palindrome. Perfect. So that's all I wanted to show. It's pretty simple code, and it's pretty easy to check whether it's palindrome or not. Just run through the word from left side and right side. I use first and second character. It doesn't sound very intuitive. You could have used left side and right side, and then check in the if condition, and if it's matching, or if it's not matching, then that means it's not palindrome. So that's all. I hope this video is useful to you, and if you have any questions or suggestions, then please put it in the comment section, and if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.